Today, let's talk about the right wedding videography style for you. I am Jaeger from Photo17.com, the online home of Carolina's photography, a portrait, wedding, and sometimes drone photographer myself. So all this fits right into how I do videography as well. I'm going with a list from Wedding Wire because their blog is brilliant. There's so much good content there. Carolina's photography, and apostrophe S in the Carolina, out of Darlington, South Carolina, is featured on Wedding Wire as well as a vendor, so full disclosure. But while updating our Wedding Wire page, I came across the blogs and I was like, hey, excuse me, this is all really good shareable information. Let's share it. Why not? And it fits right into the wheelhouse of what I normally do. Myself and Renegade sitting right here. If you hear some feet click-clacking in the background, it is my guy, my pooch. And I am told by Renegade that we've got to get right to the point. Our podcast has been going too long. We got to hurry this up. There's so much to go through. But I was reading Wedding Wire's list that they put together, and you can check it out as well. The article is entitled The Right Wedding Videography Style for You by Whitney Teal. I kind of get what this list is doing and breaking it down, but there's so much overlap, and she says this too, there's so much overlap in these styles that how they break them down, I love. I think it's fantastic, but man, I see almost 3 to 4 of these styles you can't help but have overlap in videography, no matter which one somebody wants to categorize and lean on. So I guess for those of us who really like categorizing, this is for you. But I'm looking at it like, man, the overlap is crazy. But I like how they break it down, starting with the cinematic, which I'm always kind of going to be thrilled about on a wedding day. A lot of what they use to describe cinematic, I'm using color grading and LUTs and things like that. Some of the newer ways to do wedding videos, I don't think everyone's really caught on with that. And as they write here, this, how the name applies, cinematic wedding videography styles mimic the angles and transitions and filters of movies. Videographers will use this style, which is so true, which is often combined with short form of storytelling, a short form of storytelling, and are less concerned with a linear timeline and more intent on capturing the overall themes and emotions of the wedding day. This is Jaeger. The timeline, these are all highlights, and that timeline can get rearranged, not crazy dramatically so, but we're gonna work more of what flows and goes well together, more of, instead of going with hour by hour breakdown of how things have unfolded throughout the day. You're probably going to do that hour by hour, but it's going to take some weaves and turns probably. And some of the hallmarks of cinematic wedding videos are moving voiceovers and aerial shots, the drone of the wedding venue, slow motion, 120 frames per second, slow down to slow motion to make sure that you look cool. Yeah, I think the cinematic one definitely fits. However, the next one they have listed as short form, and they describe that as a wedding videography style that is almost always combined with one of the other 4. How can it not be? This style describes short highlight videos. I refer to our videos as highlight videos, even the cinematic ones, 3 to 5 minutes long. That's kind of my range. Many videography companies will offer a highlight video in addition to a full feature video and raw footage of your wedding. I do as well at Photo17.com. Sorry if I'm getting annoying with that. Focuses on one of the 3 main segments: getting ready, ceremony, and reception. Short form videos are like shareable bites that you can easily send to friends and family and post on social media. I think I can go further with short form myself than just getting ideas, just reading this on how to break it down. Like, hey, IG stories could have more short form stuff. I've done that, but it was to promote our bridal showcase that we did back in November 2018. I wonder if there's something to be done there with any couples getting married. Someone let me know. Reach out to me, Photo17.com, or just tell me if you see me in person. And this also goes on to wrap up talking about short form, that not all videographers is going to work in this style and use this form, or it may not be part of every package. So when you're looking for your videographer, ask if this is kind of something that's important to you. Short form, which I guess I can break down because some people will do really long videos and just record more on that later on. Storytelling, which I'm like, it's all storytelling. I don't know how this gets to be its own topic. Let's see what she wrote here. Storytelling is a popular wedding video photography style that's often relied upon using voiceovers to voiceover audio to narrate the story of the couple on the wedding day, but not always. No, not always. Some videographers use text and music, or some combine the two to create a wedding video that is more focused on the love story than on the aesthetic details or funny moments of the day. Storytelling is often combined with cinematic wedding videography styles, as the two often produce a similar result. So yeah, I wouldn't really go into the minutia of the differences. All these overlap so much here on this list. The next one is called documentary style. Probably what a lot of us sort of grew up with this style. It's much like the relationship between scripted films and documentaries. Documentary wedding videos may not feel as polished as cinematic videos, but videographers who work in this medium, and trust me, it is every bit as hard and difficult to do, prefer the unstaged, unplanned, real moments of weddings that are shot using the documentary style. And I'll say my stills are documentary style, but stills is documentary and moving pictures documentary, a bit of a different feel. This can play out by using audio from personal moments, like the first look, in addition to audio from more formal moments like ceremony readings or words from the officiant. Documentary is sometimes combined with storytelling. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I guess the more traditional, straightforward one, as they describe it as traditional, being wedding videos that may focus more singularly on the ceremony and the reception, with less of a focus on the behind the scenes of the wedding details. And some videographers who work in this style are more straightforward with the editing and use fewer of the more cinematic tools like drones, color grading, and transitions, and crazy angles and slow motion and things like that. I'm putting all that in there because I understand exactly what they mean with traditional. I've seen a few wedding videos, and instead of kind of going with that handheld style, most of them, the shots are just kind of more locked off on a tripod. Locked off just means just sitting on a tripod. That's what filmmakers call locked off. And it may or may not move as much, the camera, I mean. So yeah, traditional. I love traditional. I've seen traditional videos a lot growing up, and people are still doing that style, and I think they are great, and they play out wonderfully. I've been to parties where folks couldn't be at the wedding, and they really enjoy sitting watching every piece of that video, no matter how long it can be. It can be half the day, 4 hours, but it's fantastic. And they are right. It might not bounce around to get more behind the scenes and getting ready shots and whatever else can be going on, throwing the cans on cars. It might not cover all of that. It just kind of depends how folks want to go about it. And this hopefully can help break down for you what you're looking for. If you're dealing with myself at photo17.com, look for us to do, I'm not going to put it on the site categorized this way, but cinematic, short form for sure. Storytelling, absolutely. Specks of documentary and traditional are in there. If I had to break it down for the style that you can find with us at photo17.com, the larger packages, I'll have a second shooter for video. For most of the packages, it'll just be me weaving in and out the videography stuff and handling both of those, which can be a bit much, but with the gear that I'm using, it really helps get that process done. So I enjoy it and get a kick out of it. So check out the videos there at photo17.com that I have put together for everybody, and I would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Subscribe wherever your podcast catcher is, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe right there, as well as IGTV. You don't really subscribe, just follow Carolina's Photography. Thank you so much. Have a good week, everybody. I will talk to you in the not too distant future. I'll speak with you later on in life, as I tell my buddy. I don't have a good sign off. All right, everybody.